Hi everyone, and welcome to the third episode of the beta here on Football Manager. So this is FM26 Advanced Access, also known as beta. We are doing a women's league's journey save, and in the last episode we got as far as getting hired by Sheffield United. So this is the start screen now populated with the dressing room and etc. So let's load the game. I don't know if SI is releasing intermediate bug fixes or anything like that. I haven't noticed, but I thought I noticed in the starting credits, when the credits loaded up, a new screen as well, just as one slide that was different. So maybe they have released some sort of intermediate update. I haven't really noticed. I haven't gone back into Steam to see if there was an update out or not. But anyway, so we got hired by Sheffield. And I said today we're going to go through some of the starting actions and also hiring staff as well. So let's see this news items here. So the board are ready to discuss season expectations. So they're expecting us to achieve a mid-table position. We've got no transfer budget. A negative wage budget. See, they promised me a 12,000. This probably been used up already. The £12,000 wage budget. Okay, so mid-table and reach the FA Cup third round. If I do that, will it increase the money? No. Okay, so I'm going to leave it as the lower requirement. We're also expected to reach the group stage of the League Cup. Now, I don't know what the League Cup is. I'm obviously new to the women's leagues, the women's aspect of the game. So that I'll learn about that competition as we go along. So let's press confirm. Yeah, nice. Okay. Well, the profile, support profile. So we've got very low influence from supporters, 3 expectations, develop players using the youth system, get the better out of Sheffield rivals. If we happen to play against them, I don't know who our rivals are, so I'll dig into that. And we want to remain in the WSL 2. So, am I able to see rivals in this screen? So that's the distribution of player support. I prefer the stadium than the pie chart, but that's changed. That's fine. We've got a small number of club memberships. They'll be paying a membership. Small amount of season ticket holders. We haven't got any feedback yet. Okay, fine. It might be that once we look at the club information, it might show us who our rivals are. Let's click the club page. And fixtures, facilities are good. Level 2, adequate, good, very good. I'm not going to ask for any improvements at the moment. Where do we see? Oh, this is interesting. Okay, it's not just women's and men's leagues together in one country. It's if the club has a men's team, you're able to see it in the same screen. See, I like that. I like that the club, you can see the whole structure, both men's and women's. I wasn't aware that was a thing. Okay, that's great. I love that. Hopefully that also means we can have some staff going across. I don't like that it doesn't show me the male players. It's because it's not loaded in the database, I suppose. Yeah. See, I don't like that. Let me take a screenshot. It's obviously caveated that the men's database isn't loaded, but I feel like they somehow should make it so that if the women's teams are part of a club that has a men's teams as well, those should be included in the database. At least the staff should. Anyway, so team reports. How do I see rivals and things like that? That used to be really obvious before. Club vision. Okay. So I want to work within the wage budget, grow the club's reputation, and strive to make progress on off the pitch. And fine, okay. Staff, finances, facilities, supporters, affiliates, backroom. That's really strange. It'll show me in there. So club vision, at a glance, board, requests, finances, responsibilities, facilities, affiliates. Okay, I can't see rivals, and that, to me, that should be obvious. I can't see that. If you know where that is, let me know, because is it about the club maybe? Okay, let's go about club. I can't see anything in there. Okay, fine. Yeah, I don't know where you find that, but there we go. I'm gonna go next, so go back to the portal. Okay. Ongoing negotiations. I would like to advise you to review our ongoing transfer negotiations to make decisions where appropriate. So, do we have any at the moment? No. So that is useless because there aren't any at the moment. What's this about tasks? Okay, that's been done. So why is this still here on my inbox? Okay, fine. Right, so let's jump into staff database. Actually, no, let's go first of all to club, and staff. Anything else? No. Okay, staff. So I have 8 out of 11 coaching staff. Okay, I'm getting confused here. What's the difference between these two? Coaching team, recruitment team, 3 out of 7, 4 out of 0. Medical 3 out of 0. That is something not right. So I've got an assistant. Okay. Coaching team. Okay. All staff. So basically, I can hire one more coach, a set piece coach as well, and a head performance analyst. That's fine. Oh, let me go to all staff. And what I normally like to do is contract expiring. Chief doctor. I don't think we can. General manager. General manager is like the equivalent of a director for this club, because this is a club within a bigger system within Sheffield United. Okay, fine. So we don't have a director, we have a general manager, which we can't click. And we can't click these guys, but we can click that. Okay, fine. I'm starting to understand how the UI works. Right, so let's first of all hire a set piece coach and a head performance analyst. Might be able to promote one of these guys. And then we'll come back and see. I want to look at training first before I hire another coach. So, where are we going? Staff database. Okay, so normally for this, in the previous game, I would toggle this button. It's not relevant for today, but it will be relevant further into the save if I stay into the next season in this club. It just means that when I'm looking around, I can decide to either renew a contract or get someone new. Staff interest, for now, all of them. Contract, that's the view. Okay. And now I'm going to edit search. So I want to look for a set piece coach. Just look through these coaching. There's no new roles there. No new roles. Okay, so set piece coach. Conditions. If. Okay, if it is any reputation, blah blah blah. I'm just gonna look for any set piece coach with attributes of. See, this might have changed a little bit. So attack, defense, fitness, goalkeeping. Possession coaching was never an attribute. It used to be a mix of mental coaching and tactical. So that's changed. They used to say mental coaching. A few of these are new as well. Authority is new, or at least sounds new. Okay. What you could also do in the previous game, and I guess you can do it here too. Oh, I love how they separated out management roles. I like that. Okay, so for this, you can say, I'm looking for a set piece coach, and you will recommend the attributes. I'm going to take out these, and I'm going to use those in a different way. So I'm going to bear in mind that they also need to have tactical knowledge, and that's actually useful for responsibilities as well. At least very good. I can change this at a later date. So at the moment, there are no coaches out there that we can hire because I've set this too high. It used to be a simple toggle before, where you could just have the plus and minus buttons there, and now you have to click through. So I might, if I take a picture of this like that, I'm going to take a screenshot so that I remember to mention this. Okay, so we have two potential coaches. Well, now what I can do, excuse me, is look at mental. And is this gonna sort by... I'm not sure if I'm liking this. So, okay, right. So tactical coaching, I don't want that. It's tactical knowledge that I want. Okay, these aren't populating correctly. Attack, yeah, these aren't populating correctly. What I want is, can I right click and insert attribute, mental, tactical knowledge. There we go. And sort by reasonable and unsuited tactical knowledge. So both of these will have good, because I've asked for that, right? So they have good set pieces, but I want the one with the better tactical knowledge. So I'm going to approach Hudson Ward, approach the sign, set piece coach, exceeds the allowance. The allowance is 410. I'm going to lowball it a little bit more, like that, and release that and say suggest. He's saying 400. I'm going to take away the clause, and I'm going to agree with that. So suggest. Okay, happy with that. Finalize deal, and we've got ourselves, hopefully, a set piece coach. Exit talks. Now we're going to do the same for performance analyst. Go to over to the attributes, and we're going to go for performance analyst. Whoops. And in this case is judging data and tactical knowledge. So again, I'm going to go with good to start with. And straight away we can see we've got two people potentially. So analyzing data, again, I'm going to take a picture of this. So let me remove this view. Actually, no, I can keep it and just go with mental. I'm going to take a screenshot here because it's not populating properly, this mental attributes view. Okay, so I don't need that. Remove, remove. I'm going to make myself essentially remove. I'm going to start from scratch. I'm not even looking into detail. I can probably leave these. Right, okay, that's fine. So we've got two people with tactical knowledge and data analysis, and they're fairly competent. No other attributes matter for this particular role really, so I'm gonna just quickly look into their profiles just to kind of have a general look. Just to see if one of them stands out more than the other. So we've got Jill, and we've got Tian, and to be fair, they both look reasonably the same. So what I could do, oh hang on, it's head, isn't it? Head of performance analyst. That might be slightly different attributes wise. Yeah, it's got a few other attributes. Let's go with good again. And actually you can start to see it populated in the background. There we go. So player ability, we need to add and determination to our view. So let's go with insert attributes, player ability, and what was the other one? Determination. Insert attribute determination. Okay. All right. So we've got data analysis. All of them are good. And then they're probably going to need. So if we sort by that, can we still do double sorting? Yeah, but it doesn't give us the indicator. I'll report that as well. Okay, it doesn't give you the indicator. So I would say those two are still the most important. The next important one is judging the ability. So I'm going to press Shift and click. Oh, that's done something weird, isn't it? So yeah, it's really difficult to do that. Okay, so looks like this person overall might have the advantage. Cameron Cameron Mahan, for head of recruitment, head of performance. So we're gonna approach the sign. Again, they're asking for too much, so I'm again gonna lowball it down there. Remove this, suggest, and then just to move the game along, I'm gonna say yes. I would probably, if I was doing this, say for example, in another save, in a different save, not on camera, I might try and negotiate a bit more, but because it's on camera, I'm going to try to move on a little bit more quickly. So I've got those two covered. What other recruitment do we need? So let's look at the now. See, I find this very broken because I have to come out of recruitment, go into club, go into staff. Before it used to be all on the same page, but anyway. And then I have to click this. Oh my god, no. Where was it? Staff. And then how did I get to... No. I don't want all staff. I want just staff. Coaching staff? How do I get to that? Okay. I don't know why it's called the same. I'm going to do that again. That and that is called the same. It's giving me two different views. And if I press this one, it takes me somewhere else. And if I press this one, that it's called exactly the same, it takes me to a different screen altogether. And I don't even know what this screen is called. It's supposed to be club staff. Yeah, anyway. Alright, cool. I'm not going to worry about coaches just yet. I'm going to move on with the game a little bit before I do that. Then we can have a technical director. I'm going to choose not to. But we can hire two scouts, one chief, one not chief. A recruitment analyst. And then down here we can also hire 2 sports scientists, 1 head of sports, 1 not. So let's just try and remember that and go back to staff database. And in this case, we're moving on. So we're going to go for scouting. I believe it's always been historically the same to select scout and chief scout. I'm just going to test that by selecting chief scout. And there you go. It gives you exactly the same 3 attributes every time. It doesn't matter if you select scout or chief scout. I'm going to remove adaptability and I'm going to go back to good. And I'm going to change this to scout. Yeah, even confirms that in that menu. Okay. Keep removing it. Okay, right. So now, is it still a mental attribute? I would say so. It's judging player's ability. That's the most important one. We also want to be able to judge players' potential. Let me move that here if I can. I can't move it. You can't reorder. You can't reorder. Okay, so that's another bug. You can't reorder columns. So that would say that's the second most important one. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. And then the final one is adaptability. But I already see where this is going because I've got these 2 guys that are very good. So this last column won't make any difference really, because I'm just going to add it because it's technically part of the mental attributes. So there we go. Okay, so I've got 2 options here. I think I'm probably going to hire this guy as a chief scout. So let's try that. Scout. I'm going to backtrack just once. And the other good scout was... Oh, I thought it was this guy. There. This has changed. I clicked away from it and this guy changed. Anyway, I'm going to go for Craig now, just to see if any of them particularly have a preference. They don't. Alright, so they don't have a preference of which one becomes chief scout or scout, so I'm going to hire this guy as a scout. That's fine. Suggest. Finalize. Exit talks. And Nathaniel Powell as the chief scout. So scouting, chief scout, low bullet. And I'm going to say yes. Suggest. Finalize deal. We also need a recruitment analyst. So you get the idea. I don't like the names necessarily, and I think this is a bit buggy because sometimes the average is showing as white, sometimes it's showing as green, and there's obviously lots of bugs in this screen. Recruitment analyst. Okay, we've got Jess Saunders, who fits all the criteria already. She's very good. She's a very good recruitment analyst. Okay. Lovely. Let's hire Jess if she wants to be hired. So I want to hire you as a recruitment analyst. Let's see if she'll go for that. I might need to lock it. Non-negotiable, because that's all I'm looking for. Okay, and then suggest. Okay, she's happy with that. And we're going to suggest again. Finalize. Exit. And I needed, I believe, 2 sports scientists. A head sports scientist and just a regular sports scientist. So we will do the same thing. The same again. If he hasn't changed, the attribute to go for is sports science, but just for the sake of the video, I'm going to go up here and select head sports scientist to see if that's different. It isn't. And again, sports scientist. There we go. So just to demonstrate that. And you got 2 people here. So just going to have a quick glance at both of them. Okay, I think this guy I might want to have as a chief sports scientist. Suggest. Okay. finalize, and then Ryan Evans as our sports scientist. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I think we got our staff sorted now. So if I go back to club, staff, and click on the right window, then yeah, we're not having technical director. I don't need that. Okay, let's look at this coach then. So normally how I do that is if I look at training first, and I don't know where that is. Let's have a look. Training. And I look at coaches. Actually, let me look at intensity first. So normally I change this around a little bit and I go with double intensity for normal. Then I go for normal, half, and none. That's because I actually don't want any players to train through being so tired down here. They should be able to recover within a day or two to be half fitness. And I think that's the better way to go to avoid injuries. I've had quite a lot of success doing it like that in previous versions of the game, including the off-camera one I did this summer as well. Okay, at the moment they're all on. Why are these guys on high risk? Is that because they're injured already? Okay, so she's got hamstring. These bodies look dodgy. So she's actually injured with a moderate hamstring strain, and Coney has got a stress fracture on the foot. Okay, so these are basically. I don't know why it says then that they're training. They are obviously training through an injury. So they must be on a special load, I suppose. Are they on a special load? I don't know. Okay, fine. How do I check that? Training? Aha. Okay. Okay. So you can train in possession, out of possession roles. You can do individual training as well, which you used to be able to train specifically for injuries. She's part of the training, the goalkeeping unit. See, this concerns me that there's no specific training for injuries. That used to be a thing in the previous version of FM. Okay, right, let's go back to training. I'm gonna have to go through this now. This is the squad, senior squad, squad happiness, training, tactics. Okay, fine. I want to go to training, and I want to go to coaching assignments. Actually, I want to go to units first. And this, I found this was a bug when I was experimenting earlier. Is what we don't have. Oh, we do have under 21s team. You can't add. At the moment, there is a known bug where you can't add players from your youth teams to your training units. I usually do this a lot. So there we go. Oh, also, you can't close the screen. The only way to close the screen, as you can see, it's blocked everything. It's by pressing something else again. I'm going to go to coaching assignments. And let's look at this. It doesn't show you anymore where your... So before it used to show you what the strength was. But now it doesn't. Best training category overall. Okay, I'm going to remove all assignments for now. I'm start with the coaches that I have. So my assistant coach, they are good at fitness. So if I put them in fitness, they're going to take care of that. the goalkeeping coach, obviously they are good at goalkeeping. And goalkeeping now appears to be just one category. There's no shoot, stopping, or distribution anymore, or handling anymore. It's all one category now. So that's fine. Fitness, they are also going to be looking after fitness, so that brings our load to an average. That's good. And this person, possession technical. Okay. Possession technical. Oh, there we go. There she is. I'm going to put them there. And for the time being, even though my best category is goalkeeping as well, that is a light load. So for now, I'm going to be, because I'm the coach, I'm going to be responsible for everything else. And yes, my team's going to get crap training in set pieces, in tactical possession for the time being. But remember, we're getting a set piece coach, so that's going to come off soon. So I'm going to try to get a coach that can... What else I'm good at? Am I good at? I could be reasonably good at set pieces. How about the goalkeeping coach? Oh, they can only do goalkeeping anyway. Okay, so I might have to cover some stuff that I'm not comfortable with, or my manager person isn't comfortable with. So, okay, right. So we're going to look out here then, attacking and defense. We're going to need to find a manager, or sorry, a coach that can do either attack or defense. So let's go back to recruitment and staff database. Interested staff. Yes, the same. And then we're going to go to coaching, coach. And then we're going to clear all, and now we're going to do attacking. Actually, I could do this in a different way. Let me cancel out of that. We still have all our coaches there. And then what I could do, if I go back to coaching, I could just do this and see who have I got in... see, all of these colors are wrong. Jeez. So I've got 3 coaches that are good in attack. I haven't got any coaches who are good in defense. Okay, so we're definitely going to go for an attacking coach. So let's, just for the visual clarity, we're going to go attacking. And we're going to go for good. And then we can compare them in terms of tactical, average, average. I'm going to go for this guy, because he can cover technical coaching, tactical coaching, and he compares exactly the same in terms of the attack. So, Elabas Morsley. There we go. We're going to approach as a coach. Lowball his wages a bit. Suggest. And suggest again. Finalize. Exit talks. Okay. Now, I'm going to press continue once. And I think we're going to have to leave it there. It's been already half an hour of recording. But essentially, what you want to do, the first thing you want to do when you take ownership of the club is to set up your staff. And then after that, then you look at the squad. So in the next episode, what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually confirm this as well. Because this has come from... Is that the captain? Yeah, that's the captain. Okay, so we're going to accept it. Confirm. And then in the next episode, what I want to do, if it will let me look at it now, is look at tactics. Yeah, I haven't looked at tactics yet. So we'll look at that and build our tactic. And then from there, we can look at building our squad, any sort of transfers that we could bring in to make the team a little bit better. And hopefully all of those contracts will start to trickle in, so the new coaches and the new players, I can mess around with the staff responsibilities at that point a little bit as well, and start to play some matches. I haven't played a match yet in Football Manager. I have no idea what that's like, because it is so buggy and it's taking me so long to set up that I haven't even seen what the match engine looks like on my PC. Thank you so much for watching. It's a very long video, so again, very, very much appreciate you watching. And if you have any comments, if you're experiencing the same issues or different issues, it'd be great to hear from you. Or if you have any questions, if you don't have the game, if you haven't purchased it yet, or if you're not intending to purchase it but you want to see something specific, put it in the comments and I'll do my best to show that off for you. Thank you again, and see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.